Scorpio, let's go ahead and start your message by reading the Winters, the sacredness of pausing energy. Okay, so for you, Winter says, lightly I step, for the earth falls asleep. A lullaby to rest and pause, the soul's secrets to keep. By the way, if you're looking at this, that reading was for Cancer. It's already been uploaded if you want to go check it out, okay? All right. Says, death is frightening even though, or perhaps because, it is inescapable. However, as we move into winter, we know it signals a literal and metaphysical death. In some parts of the planet, the extreme weather means snow and ice buries all life, and the ground lies fallow and still. In winter, the earth slows down and there is less light and often more wet weather. Many plants die back. Many animals are less active, and traditionally, it was a leaner, more difficult time. Sorry. It was a leaner, more difficult time for those who worked on the land for their living. Winter often brought with it the end of a life cycle, a figurative or literal death. Should the winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. Okay, so there's things that you have possibly either one you've been working on and now it's time for you to rest and relax, or like it said, long day, sorry. There's things that you need to release, period. Okay, that's a lot. We're gonna put this one back too. I'm gonna keep these. It's already an extra one. So we have the Emperor. Oh, let me spread that a little more. Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, Page of Wands. Oh, we had 5 and the Queen of Swords. Okay. The Hermit, the Hierophant, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Moon. If this is, the Hermit could be indicating you taking time to yourself right now. With the Hierophant, you could be taking time off from school, taking time off from your family, from work, from a marriage. This could either represent a father figure, a person of authority in your life, your husband. I think that especially if it represents somebody who, with the Page of Cups beneath the King of Pentacles, it could represent somebody who's not very emotionally intelligent. And maybe it's a boss that gives you a really hard time and you're just like, look, I'm tired of dealing with this person's shit. Or a father that just doesn't let you live. Maybe you're trying to go create art and this King of Pentacles, like, that's not practical, and they crush your dreams and you're just like, I'm tired. And it happens so often that you're just like, you still care for this person, but you're done. Now, this is somebody who has some sort of authority over your life with the Emperor here. So there is potential. If this is a boss, I feel like you're quitting your job. But I don't see it being an impulsive move, because the Tower isn't here. So I also don't see you getting fired. I feel like this is a choice. You have just reached the end of your tether. You can't deal with it anymore. Like, once upon a time with the Two of Cups, this felt like your dream job. This felt like your dream place to be. But Queen of Swords says you've gone cold. And the thing about Scorpio energy that people don't realize is that there's extremes, right? I'm saying this, I have a lot of Scorpio energy myself, so I'm not saying that as a criticism. It's just how Scorpio energy is. They're either fully in or they're fully out. And you're out. With the Page of Wands, you're getting ready to explore new horizons, to look at new, I don't know if I would say looking at new ways to live your life, but you're definitely leaving this behind. Let's see. Let's clarify the Emperor. Clarify the Emperor for me. For Scorpio. Clarify the Emperor for Scorpio. We got 6 of Cups. I'm only going to do 2 because you guys got 5. See, 10 of Pentacles. The Magician. 2 of Wands. Yeah, you're kind of not interested anymore. So let's say that this is a paternal figure. Let's say it's a father figure. Because you're not showing up in the same suit. So I don't think this is a partner. Although there's potential it could be. But let's say this is a father, or let's say this is a boss, or like the dean of your school. This is somebody who feels like they, not only are they an authority in your life with the Magician, they're pretty capable. They're a pretty capable person. And yet, although this is somebody that you've known for a long time, it's somebody that you've built a really strong rapport with, they may control your finances, but you're kind of done. It's almost like, I don't know what they've done to push you to this point, but I feel like you've been pushed and pushed and pushed, and now you're just like ready to let go. 4 of Cups again. Actually, I'm going to switch it up. You are the Magician. They may be the Emperor, but you're the Magician. Because I was like, this doesn't make sense. Now it does. You are stepping into the place of feeling like, I'm a lot more capable now. I'm not helpless. If before, maybe you needed this person's support. So let's say it's a father. They were possibly the ones paying your bills. They're the ones taking care of your school paperwork. They're the ones doing, the adult stuff. And you're stepping into a place where you're like, no, see, I can take care of myself. I've been making preparations to where I can tell you to fuck off. Politely, respectfully telling them to fuck off. But yeah, you're done. Whatever happened between you and this person, you're just not interested in continuing the dynamic that has currently been, happening up until now. It's almost like this is when you know you're really done, because it's not out of anger. Usually when people have, like, children get upset with their parents and they run away from home, they're usually going to come back because it's usually done out of anger. It was done in a moment of impulsiveness. But this is very, like, you're in a very cold energy. You don't even feel passion concerning this connection anymore. Whatever it is, whether it's school, whether it's parent, whether it's a partner, whatever it is, a boss, all the passion you used to feel for this situation is gone. All the care. If once upon a time you really, really, really loved this father figure or this boss, whatever, you're kind of like, I'm over it. Clarify 10 of Swords. Oh. Knight of Swords, clarify 10 of Swords. See, 4 of Wands. The 2 of Swords. The Knight of Cups, the Emperor. 7 of Swords. Oh. 8 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. With the 2 of Swords, I feel like you are acknowledging that you might have been in denial for a long time. With the Knight of Cups, you had this person on a pedestal. You looked at them like they were the cat's meow. La última Coca-Cola en el desierto. The last Coca-Cola in the desert. And that doesn't, that's not anything good or bad. I'm just observing where you were at. With the 7 of Swords, you look at this Emperor now like they are sneaky and deceitful. And you're realizing with the Eight of Swords that it's coming from a place of insecurities, of limiting beliefs. They have a lot of, they have several ideas ingrained into them from the way that they were raised. And that colors the way that they see the world. It colors the way that they see you. And also with the Page of Wands here, because that's what shows up with you, I feel like they might have treated you, y'all see the devil back here peeking out. I feel like they might have treated you like you were a child, even though you may be in your 30s, you may be your 40s. So with the Knight of Swords, this person may also have a habit of saying things that's very hurtful. But I told you with the Four of Wands, this is someone you've lived with. Or if I didn't say that, I was thinking that. This is someone that you have not only history, but it feels more intimate instead of just a boss. Although it could be. Maybe it's a live-in job. But you're awakening now. Whatever you were in denial about, whatever you were avoiding, you can't avoid it anymore. And you have avoided it to the point where you're now sick and tired of the situation. Like, you know that, you know the thing some people do? Like, I do this. I don't know why I do this, but I do. Where there's a song that you love and you listen to it so much that eventually you get sick of the song. I do that. I do that with certain foods too. Sometimes I'm like on a kick where I just want to eat this one thing over and over. But then I eat it so many days in a row that I'm like, ugh. That's what I'm feeling here. I feel like you used to think this was the best thing ever, but it wasn't real. And you kept ignoring it. And you kept ignoring it for so many days that by the time it finally revealed itself, you're sick and tired of it. Clarify Two of Cups. If it is, I'm going to tell you something. If this is a relationship, because we do have the Two of Cups, so there's a potential that this is a relationship, like a romantic relationship. If it is, this is the most mismatched relationship ever. Because one person has shown up as the Emperor twice. And the other person has shown up as a kaleidoscope of energy. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Page of Wands. So one of you might be a lot more malleable. And I think it would be, in this case, you, I don't know if you're the Emperor or the Queen, but I'm going to talk to you like you're the Queen. You're a lot more flexible than your partner. And so you used to work around their insecurities, work around their, the hard edges and sharp corners. And now you're done. You're like, oh, I'm so tired of tiptoeing. Clarify Two of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. The Hermit. Four of Swords, the Hierophant. Again, Temperance. Okay, I'm starting to think this might be a relationship, but again, it's very, very mismatched. Y'all are, this is very, very incompatible. But the Hierophant already came out twice. The Hermit already came out twice. You're like, you need a break. If this is a marriage, because we do have the Hierophant, you're definitely separating. I don't see a divorce yet, but I do see a separation for sure. Because I feel like you just need a break. Four of Swords, you feel exhausted. Your energy feels tired. Like you want to sleep for days on end. And I don't think the sleep is coming from a place of avoidance. I think the sleep is coming from a place of, I've been working my ass off in this relationship, in this partnership, in this whatever it is. And you feel like before you can deal with this person, before you can have a conversation with them, you need a break. Because look, Eight of Pentacles. It's like you've been the one doing all the work, is what it feels like. Ironically, because we have the Emperor, but the Emperor in this dynamic comes a lot more like, think of the Emperor like this solid, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to, like it's a solid, like, when you're setting up a tent in the middle of the tent, there's this one pole that holds up a big tent, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like the Emperor is the center pole and you're everything else. You're the tent, you're the little staves that hold down the tent, you're everything else. And I don't know why, but it does feel like you were doing a lot. And you've reached this point of like you've burnt out. That's why you're in Queen of Swords energy. You just cannot, you don't have the energetic capacity to care at this point. You just don't. You're just burnt out. Which means that whoever you're with is high maintenance, but there's nothing wrong with being high maintenance as long as you're with someone else who is also high maintenance. And I think like you're very low maintenance, but they're high maintenance. So it's unequal because they don't have to do a lot to please you, but you have to do a lot to please them, if that makes sense. So it's obviously going to lead to burnout because it's very, very unequal give and take. Let's look at the Page of Wands. Clarify Page of Wands. Got the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Okay, wow, okay. Well, isn't that fascinating? You're both exhausted. This isn't about blame because I'm not trying to assign blame to your partner or to you. This is more about, I think Spirit wants you both to examine, how did we get here? How did we get to a point where both of you are burnt out? Because you're burnt out and look at them. They're burnt out. This is like a soldier that's seen some intense battles. Hair's all white, leaning against their sword because they're so exhausted. And yet both of you still love the other person. So it's more like you and this person are compatible when it comes to burning out. Y'all both have done so much for each other that y'all feel like y'all are burning out. But I'm going to tell you something. I feel like the main problem here is that you both value very different things. So you both feel a little, what's the word? You both feel like the other person is taking advantage of them, but because, I'm trying to think how to express it. Let's say that this Emperor values finances and you value affection and you value fun. Now, I'm not saying that this person can't bring fun and affection and you can't bring finances, but this person is much stronger at finances. And so they do the bulk of that. And you're much stronger at the affection, the cleaning, the organization of the daily tasks. And so you do the bulk of that. But because this person values finances, they're kind of looking at you like, why aren't you giving finances as well? And because you value the housekeeping and the affection and the play, you're like, why do I have to be planning all of our events? Why do I have to be the one cleaning all the time? Why do I have to be the one? Like, I'm not saying that that's exactly what's happening. That's an idea of what's happening. So both of you feel like the other person does not contribute to my needs. Like your love languages are incompatible. And it matters. This is one of those places where it matters because, okay, I'm going to give a personal example. I had a partner who was a very generous, giving partner. But one of I use all 5 love languages. all five. But one of the main ones, one of the top ones is physical touch. And I was very touchy-feely with this partner, very affectionate, and they were never like that with me. But that's just not who they are, right? And I felt for a long time, I would kind of point out, I would ask them, honestly, because I needed reassurance, because it's a love language to me. So when it's not being given, I step into this energy of like, do you not want to touch me? Like, is there a problem here? And they kept reassuring me, oh, no, not at all. I love touching you. It's more like to them, it just came at specific times. They had to be in a specific mood. And for me, it was like an all around, just little things all the time. And it kind of led to a feeling of disconnect for me on my side. Now, that partner never felt disconnected, but I did. Because that's one of my main love languages. And I feel like that's what's happening here. Both of you have very different values. You have especially with the Two of Pentacles here, there's very different values. There's very different love languages. So there's a compatibility, especially of the mind, there's a compatibility. But that's it. Everything else is kind of in disarray. And with the Nine of Wands, I feel like both of you are in this energy of, well, this is a great person. They're not a bad person. And they want to give to me. So you both keep trying to make it work, but you're also exhausted as fuck. Think of it like, this is where I say astrology really matters, like really, really matters, because through astrology, you can see whether somebody's values are going to align with yours, whether somebody's priorities are going to align with your priorities, whether somebody's path, period, like the path that they want to take in life, does it align with the path you want to take in life? And it's not about one person being wrong or right. It's about sometimes those incompatibilities make us look at the other person like there's something wrong with them and they don't see us, when in reality, there's just no compatibility. So let's change the scenario. Let's look at it like, instead of responsibilities at home, let's look at it like what you both want out of life. Let's say at this person, Emperor energy, they want to build a business. They want to build an empire. And you're more focused on like, well, I want to travel. I want to explore. I want to explore the wilderness. I want to travel to different countries and maybe live in different countries, like a couple of years here, then move to a different country, live a couple of years there. That's your ideal life. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way that this person wants to move, that's not compatible with their vision of life. And so you look at them like they're boring and they're all, remember the pole that I was saying was in the center of the tent? You look at them like they don't move. They're inflexible. Whereas they look at you like you're a little squirrel who's all over the place and can't sit still. Neither one is right or wrong. Y'all are just looking at life in different ways. And maybe y'all are meant to come together so that this person could teach you the importance of setting roots and being grounded. And maybe you are supposed to come into this person's life to teach them the importance of exploratory energy and adventures, things like that. But I feel like if this is a marriage, there's about to be a separation, because there's a need for both of you to pull back and evaluate, is this really what I want the rest of my life? Is this really where I want to be? Whether this doesn't have to be a relationship. This could also be like a school. Maybe even going to a specific school. You've been learning a specific course, or I forget what major. There you go, a specific major. And it actually doesn't align with what you want to do the rest of your life. And so you're taking a step back, possibly taking a break from school so that you can evaluate whether this is really where you want to be forever, or for the majority of your life. Clarify, Queen of Swords. Ace of Swords. Eight of Cups. The Page of Swords. The King of Wands. Four of Swords. Interesting. Because at the Page of Swords, if this is you, Scorpio, I feel like you've got your eyes on someone else. And whoever this King of Wands is, they make you feel at peace. They make you feel seen. They make you feel heard. And this could be someone that, you know what, you may have already taken a break. Because I see clarity coming through for you. Now, just because you got clarity, okay, let me rephrase that. You might have gotten clarity, but right now you're in the pause before you make a final decision. But I feel like you've got your eye on someone else, and this person, they're fire, right? Which is very compatible with the air energy that I'm sensing here. They're passionate, they're intense, and it's like it brings you to life. It brings out your Page of Wands. This is someone that you look up to. This is someone that you admire. This is someone that you are excited by. So once you felt that excitement again, you realized how unhappy you were, how cold, and you know, it's like you and this person you're connected with, whether as a roommate, whether as a boss, whatever it is, it felt lonely. Maybe this is, like I said, schools, but you went to visit a different school, and the atmosphere in that school is a lot more warm and playful and passionate. And the school you went back to, maybe it was a really prestigious school, but it's cold and distant, and there's all these rules and gossip, and it's a very different vibe. You see what I'm saying? So the clarity has come through, and now you're sitting here thinking, I'm not connected to this. I don't feel a connection to this anymore. What do I do now? When do I walk away? So I think you're thinking of a way. If this is about school, you're picturing, how do I break the news to my parents or to my family? If this is a divorce, you're thinking, how do I explain this to the Emperor? Because I don't see you cheating. I just see you observing someone else and realizing it doesn't even have to be that person, but it's that type of energy that you would like. That feels more your speed. So really, what it comes down to is you're trying to figure out how to break the news. You already know, whatever this is, you already know it's over. So now it's a matter of, how do I explain what I want now, what I want out of life, and how I was mistaken. This is not what I want out of life. So, you know, it's just going to be okay. Just take your time. Allow yourself the pause before you express yourself. Make sure that you're coming from a place of, which you are. I do see you being very clear, you want to be straightforward. You want to be honest about what you're feeling. And I very much commend that. So as long as we're doing things the right way, even if there's some temporary pain, it'll be okay. All right. So if you got this far, you finished watching the video with me, make sure you put in the emojis. I know there's a leaf like this. I forget what type of leaf this is. Is this maple? Whatever type of leaf this is. Put in the comments. And because we have winter, I also want you to put something winter related, either a snowflake or a snowman. And, well, I don't want to do a crown because we did that in another one. I think we did that for Cancer. So put a sword because the clarity was strong. Okay. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you clarity or guidance for whatever you were needing to know right now. And I look forward to feedback as usual. Bye-bye.